wanted to. These expensive, these is red bottoms, these is bloody shoes. Hit the store, I can get them both. I don't want to choose, and I'm quick, cut a nigga off, so don't get comfortable. Yeah, I don't dance now. I'm
Cardi B, you know where I'm at, you know where I be. Honestly,
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Take two. Matt. I know. Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little story time. This is my first story time. I have so many more story times coming. I'm not going to lie to you, I don't have that many story times, but there's a lot of things that happen in my life and I just have to remember them, to be honest. I don't have good memory, but okay. As you guys can tell by this title, this story time is about the time that my wig came off in class. Okay, now this was the most embarrassing day in my life, and I have lived 17 years. So you guys can imagine how embarrassing it was. And this was actually quite recent. This was like about 2 to 3 weeks ago. So bear with me, guys. Okay, so I was in my business class. I think it was a Thursday, so I had a double period, quite long. Yeah, so I was in my business class with my, business class, we were all on the computers, everyone was on the computers. I was sitting next to my friend, one of my good friends, Winifred. And I was sitting next to another girl. She's not my friend, but she's just someone that was in my class. Her name's, I'm not going to mention her name, she probably doesn't want me to mention her name, but, yeah, so, I think I had a headache. No, do you know what? My wig, yeah, it was a closure. It was like my short closure. I think it's the wig that I wore my first video, yeah, the short one, the closure. So whenever I wear the wig, my head feels like really tight because it's really, really tight, so it gives me like a really bad headache, but I wear it anyway. So that day I had like a really bad headache, and I think it was the time of the month, so my belly was hurting. I had a headache as well, so I think I must have asked my friend, my other friend, no, not my friend, my schoolmate, my classmate. Yeah, I must have asked her. Let's call her Jade. So I must have asked Jade, oh, do you have paracetamol? She was like, yeah, I do. So she gave me her paracetamol. Bear in mind, guys, that day my wig was not on tight because usually I have a band on it. But that band made it extra tight. So my sister, I think she told me, don't put the band on, just put it on your head, and then your head will stop hurting, like it won't hurt as much. So that day I was like, do you know what, I'm tired of my head hurting, so I might as well just not have the band around my head here. I might as well just take it off. So I did that day, and I'm so stupid because in the morning, like, because the band wasn't on, it wasn't as tight at all, so it was quite loose. But I just thought, oh no, I can just firm it and then just go throughout the whole day and come back home and take it off. So it was not tight on. I remember that day it wasn't tight. So yeah, so going forward to my lesson, I asked for the paracetamol and she gave it to me. And I think I had, like, before, years ago, I used to have troubles with, I couldn't swallow medicine like that, you know, I wasn't really a pro. Not that you're a pro, but I just couldn't swallow medicine. I always had to bite it or dissolve it in my water. But over the time, as the years went on, I just knew how to swallow. That sounded dirty, but I knew how to swallow medicine, so yeah. But that day, sometimes if I feel really sick, if I drink like tablets that are quite big, I kind of spit it back up, like I throw it out again. So, and yeah, so I think it was after break, the lesson was after break, so I think I had a drink. I didn't get water, I had like a little apple drink, and then I realised I only had a little bit left, and no one around me had water. So I was like to myself, okay, do you know what? Let me just use this drink. Even though it's not good, guys, don't do it at home. Or do it anywhere. Don't drink medicine and have a drink. Just don't even drink cold water. Apparently it's not good, but I do it anyway. Like, it doesn't make a difference. But yeah, so I had the drink. I had a little bit, so I had to be careful. I had to use the drink wisely so I can drink the medicine. So, so I was leaning back. I was drinking the medicine. The first time it came back up, I had to take it out and then do it again. So as I was doing it, right, I just put my head back, not knowing that this wig is not tight. I totally forgot about it. So then my head was back and I was just swallowing the tablet. And like, I wouldn't say I had troubles, but it was slowly going. I was like, yeah. And obviously as I was doing it, I was like, I was just trying to, you know, let the tablet go down. I feel my wig just coming down. No, it wasn't even like 10 seconds. It was like 2 seconds. Bam. My wig just literally like this. Pretend, yeah, guys. This is just a headscarf. But guys, pretend, yeah, this is my wig on my head. So, my wig was like this. So, my wig was like this. So, as I put my head up, my wig was just like, and it came off. When it came off, yeah, I was so embarrassed. And I literally went like this. I brought it down, fully down, and I threw it under the table. Bear in mind, everyone was on their computers when that happened. My heart was beating. Jade and my friend Winifred, I thought someone came into the room. Jade and my friend Winifred were just looking at me and they were laughing. I was thinking, shit, what should I do? But one thing that I'm so happy about is that everybody was busy on their computers. No one clocked. There were a couple of guys on our row, but they were just focused. They were just talking. I was like, shit, what should I do? I was sweating. My heart was beating. I was thinking, shit. But, guys, I did not have braids under. I had my natural hair because I don't know how to braid. So, I just had my natural hair just tied up like this. So then, luckily, as my wig was on the floor, I had to pretend like, oh, everything was normal. So I literally, I didn't have a comb with me, so I literally had to pretend, oh shit, like, okay, if anybody looks back, they will just think, oh, I'm tying my natural hair up. But then I realized to myself, everybody knows that I came in with like not a wig. No one really knows no one really knew in the class that I had a wig on, but it was like a little bob. So I'm thinking, people are gonna think like, what happened? There was a couple of people in my class that knew I was wearing wigs, like my close friends, not my close friends, but people that I associate with. So yeah, and then I was asking my friend Winifred, like, what should I do? Should I go outside, like, and tell my teacher I need to put my wig back on? Do you know how embarrassing that was? So I was thinking, no, I'm not gonna do that. And I was thinking, if I do that, everyone's gonna see me walking out. And there was a couple of people near the door that I knew, and they knew that I was wearing a wig. So I was thinking, no, I'm not gonna embarrass myself. And then my friend was like, we all just laughing at myself, but my heart was beating. I was so embarrassed, yeah. Because before I used to wear wigs, I always thought to myself, I'm never wearing a wig, because if it falls off, that's the end of my life. So my friend was just like, oh, just put it on your head, just quickly put it on your head, you know. So I was like, oh, are you sure? I was scared that someone was gonna turn around and just laugh at me, because I'm telling you, if my whole class saw me without my wig, I would have been the joker of that class, legit. Like, everyone would have just laughed at me. So then, I quickly, you know, I was like, oh, you know what? So then, the way I put the wig back on, yeah, it wasn't even on properly, but I was so satisfied that I just left it on. I just started moving it about. And yeah, guys, that was the story time. I know the story time wasn't that deep, but that time, it was so embarrassing, yeah. And I was just laughing, and Jade was just laughing her head up. She was trying not to laugh. She was like, oh, I feel bad, I don't want to laugh. I was like, girl, laugh, because I was even laughing at myself. But yeah, guys, that was the story time, and luckily no one saw it except from them two girls. Not even my teacher. My teacher was literally right, she was on the left of us. She's on the computer marking or whatever. I'm so lucky that she didn't see it, but I felt so embarrassed. I don't think you guys understand. Like, it's not a joke when your wig comes off. And like, I didn't have braids, luckily, because my braids are not looking, sometimes they're not looking good underneath that wig. Ladies, I know. Ladies, you guys can relate with me. Sometimes your braids underneath your wig is just not looking intact, but it's okay, you know. So yeah, that was my story time. And to that day, yeah, I just been very careful. Like, I even said to myself, if my head has to hurt for me to put that band on and for it to be tight, I'm gonna do it, because that could have happened anywhere. That could have happened in assembly. That could have happened when I was talking to my friends, canteen. It could have happened anywhere. So, guys, thank you guys for listening to my story time. There'll be many more story times coming my way. I mean, your way, guys. But thank you guys for listening. I know it wasn't that deep of a story time, but that was one of the most embarrassing times. No, it was the most embarrassing time of my life, literally. But yeah, luckily no one saw except from Jade and Winifred. But yeah, that was a story time, and I'm so happy that I just put it back on, because I was literally gonna just leave it, like, because that embarrassment would have been too much. But guys, thank you guys for listening. Please share, subscribe to my channel, comment down below on things that I should do. You know, in the beginning of my my first video, I did say I was doing a couple of stuff, but I think I'm just gonna open my channel to anything, to be honest, anything that I find interesting, you know. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm only gonna be vlogging probably when I go on holiday, or when I do something very, very interesting, because I don't want my vlogs to be boring for you guys, you know. I'm just a person that, if like, I watch a lot of vlogs, and a lot of people, some of their vlogs are very boring. I'm just like, really? So I don't want to bore anybody. But thank you guys for listening. See you guys next time on my new video that'll be coming up soon. But thank you guys. Like, share, subscribe.